Hey guys, it's X and Shadow here with a ramble. I'm gonna warn you all right now. This is political. So if you don't give a shit about politics, I'd recommend you leave now. And if you're gonna get mad over politics, I'm gonna recommend you leave now because I'd rather keep this civil. I know that's not gonna happen, but I'd like to keep it civil. So anyway, Obama just got re-elected president, basically. For those of you who do not live in America, to elect our president, we use a system called the Electoral College. We're basically in a state. Let's just say each state is worth a different number of points. So let's say the state of Maine. Maine is worth, let's just say 10. I don't think it's 10, but let's just say Maine is worth 10 points. And if one candidate gets the majority of the votes in Maine, then all of those points go to the candidate. So Obama gets 51% of the votes in Maine. All 10 of Maine's points go to Obama. The first person to get to, if you get more than 270 electoral votes or points, you have the majority, and then you win. You're president. Obama is sitting at 275 right now. Sorry, 274. I'm using CBS News's election results to do this, but excuse me. He's past 270, so Barack Obama is guaranteed another 4 years in office. So, overall, I'm pretty happy about that. Actually, I'm gonna lie, I'm very happy about that. I fucking hate Mitt Romney. Okay, well, first off, just look at that guy. The guy has a face that you just sound like, you kind of want to punch it, you know? It's kind of like a fuck scumbag. He just looks like one. And I know that's not a very. I've got a couple of other reasons for not liking Romney, but that was more my vote. I mean, if you look at Obama's track record, he actually did do quite a lot to help the country over 4 years. Because when Obama took the presidency in '08 or '09, his term started in '09. Sorry, excuse me. When Obama started his term in '09, the USA was on the cusp of a depression, and we're much better than back then. So considering that the Republican-run House has pretty much stopped him at every single opportunity to try for Obama, every time Obama tried to do something, the House has pretty much just said, no, we're not going to let you help. We're not going to let you do things. And then we're going to complain about how you're not doing things, even though we're not letting you do things. So yeah, overall, I think he's He's definitely not the best president we've ever had. He's no Lincoln or Roosevelt, both of them. Teddy Roosevelt and FDR were both awesome. He's no Lincoln or Roosevelt or I'd even say Clinton did pretty well from what I look. I was a little bit too young to remember his presidency. But my vote really wasn't so much for Obama as it was against Romney because, first off, scumbag. He just looks like a scumbag. Second off, the Republican Party. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that I completely understand all of the deep economic stuff that the people talk about. These people talk about during stuff. The election was mostly focused on the economy, and most of that stuff just flies over my head. But and to be honest, I don't know which one's going to you can't really tell which economic policy is going to work. Over the past 4 years, because a lot of it's up to luck. Because nobody expected that the economy was going to crash like it did in Bush's term. Nobody could have expected that. So, yeah. However, I do know that the Republican Party has been for a while the place where all of the sexists, homophobes, and racists tend to gather together. And I know that's not everybody. Not every Republican is like that. I get that. But when those people are a very, very large, I'm not going to say a large majority, but when they're some of the loudest Republicans that you see, and there's some of, and that's the stereotype. You know, I don't want to support these people because the candidates, whether or not they agree with the positions, have to pander to that audience. So, let's say Republican candidate X is fine with gay marriage, let's just say. However, a pretty sizable chunk of the Republican Party does not like gay marriage, so candidate X has to be against that position in order to get votes. So, yeah, don't like that. Do not like that at all. And I know that people say that, well, the stereotype of the Republican Party is sort of this bigoted asshole, but the liberal stereotype is the smug asshole, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'd rather be smug than a fucking bigot, you know? These stereotypes are not equal. Being a little high and mighty, I mean, yeah, that you don't want to hang out with that guy at a party, but I don't want the bigots even existing. So, yeah, that's just something that bugs the shit out of me, especially since Romney was pretty much like no gay marriage, reinstate, don't ask, don't tell, trample all over women's rights, etc. So yeah, so mostly my vote, I voted for Obama. Mostly my vote was against Romney as opposed to for Obama, but yeah, just however, now that everything's died down, I don't really know how to think about this, though, because, hold on, I'm actually going to refresh the page and see what the, popular vote is at the moment, because the popular vote is still Romney. Romney has the popular vote, but Obama has already won on electoral college, and that can happen. That actually happened in 2000 when Bush got elected. But I really don't know how I feel about that, because again, Romney's social positions are like 1950s levels backwards, and I understand that people would, a lot of quote-unquote normal people would rather just have the economy be fixed and push rights back to the 50s. But I feel like in America, America as a country was founded on the idea that everyone was supposed to be equal. And when my gay cousin, who got married in Massachusetts, it's legal here, when his marriage doesn't count in Texas or in Virginia, you know, that just seems wrong to me. And this just the fact that this got so close, I think, is sort of a bad sign for where America's head is at in general. Not economically, but sort of why does should gays be allowed to marry? Why is that even a discussion? Shouldn't that just be a right in general? Shouldn't people just have the right to do that? Why do we have to even discuss this? The fact that we should discuss this, the fact that it needs to be discussed is a problem. It should have just been, okay, you can do that. Anyway, I'm barely talking about politics. As you can tell, I'm not really. This isn't really where my head is. I'm not really good at this. I don't usually pay a whole lot of attention to politics in general. But basically, I guess I should wrap up my thoughts because I've just spent the past how long have I 8 minutes rambling. Obama won. I'm relatively happy that he won. I'm just, more than that, I'm just glad that Romney lost. But the fact that it got this close kind of unsettles me. I guess that's just my thoughts. Anyway, try to be civil in the comments. Please, please, please try to get civil in the comments. I swing that banhammer loud and hard, and I'm not going to ban you just for supporting Romney, but I'm going to ban anyone, Democrat or Republican, for being an asshole. Don't be an asshole. I'll ban anyone who's an asshole, party aside. Well, actually, I think that's another thing Actually, no, I'm not going to piss off the libertarians, too. That would be a bad idea. So, yeah, no assholes in the comments. I swear to God, I will ban people. But, yeah, those are my very, very disjointed thoughts on the election. So, yeah, I'm X and Shadow. I'll try to do gaming-related stuff that has nothing to do with politics later.